Welcome.
Okay, everybody, how's it going? We're going to take a look at a Widow that was absolutely throwing today, completely saying that they were new to the game. If you look at their profile, they obviously were not new. They've played the game for quite a while. I don't know if I can see their profile from here, but they've played the game for quite a bit. They're definitely not new to the game. But this is not how you play Widow. I'm going to tell you exactly how you should be playing Widow. Now, positioning starting off on this map, if she stays right here, I'm just gonna explore around really quickly. If she stays right here, this is okay positioning for a little bit, but you're gonna want to switch after a while. As you can see, the only line of sight you really have is right through here. So if they're running any type of shield, if they're running anything, you're going to be pretty much useless in this spot unless anybody tries to peek forward through the shield, or anybody tries to peek through this door. Other than that, or above, if there's like an Echo or a Pharah or something, if they peek above, she's ideally, if she has the aim, she can take out that person, anybody who peeks through the shield, etc. However, this is a gold game. Players typically don't push through shield like that because they rely on shield to stay alive. That's just is what it is. So a spot like this is okay to kind of see what goes on first, but as any good Widow, you're going to want to move constantly. So maybe take a few shots there, and then if she could get up here, take the ramp up all the way up here. This is a very decent spot, again, for a little bit to get a couple more shots. Why? Because you can see right through this little sliver here. You can see right through that little sliver. So if there's a soldier, if there's another Widow, if there's anybody trying to take peeks through that area, you can get them from right here. It's a decent position. The only downfall is you don't have a lot of cover. So you can get a little bit of eyesight, especially if you walk all the way to the platform and kind of look to the right. You can see more stuff. If Pharah jumps up in the air, Echo jumps up in the air, you can take shots, take them down. Also, an interesting position that I have seen some people take, but again, you have to move, is right down here, and then you basically hide in these bushes, and you can take some shots right here and then hide. So you take a shot, hide, take a shot, hide, take a shot, hide. You're just playing the peek game. You can do that for a pretty substantial amount of time, especially if shield goes down. You can see exactly what's going on, and if people start pushing in, you have cover, so you can dodge a lot of their shots if they're trying to push in, and then you can easily zip line through here, get back over here, and get back up here onto the high ground relatively quickly. Just some ideas that you could do as a Widow, have a different position. Always want to try and keep high ground if you can, and it makes sense. If not, you know, it's not that important, but let's see how this plays out.
5, 4, 3,
She's playing around.
2, 1.
Let's see if she's got the
Attackers
skills to help pay her
Defend
own
objective
bills,
A.
if that makes sense. We're not paying bills here. Nobody's pro. So she's taking some positioning up here, taking some shots down the corridor, exactly like she should. Widow, she should be hitting those headshots. She's being smart. Don't hit the Orisa. She's going for the Ana. She's got decent targets, but we run into one problem that we see a lot of times with a lot of Widow players at this rank. She doesn't have the skills to put it together. She doesn't have the aim she needs to be able to take down players consistently and carry games like a Widow player should. We're still looking at 0 kills from Widow here. You need to be able to hit those fully charged headshots. That's it, period, blank. You need to be able to hit those headshots. If Widow gets one pick, it's game. It's fight. If she takes out an Ana, she takes out a Lucio, a Bap, even a Monkey jumping mid-air, if she can snipe him in the head, that takes Monkey's health down almost half. There's one kill there. Kind of assisted by Echo, it looks like. Strange. But you got to be able to hit those shots. Yoshi's not hitting anything. She's just firing down range. It's not going to help your team. If you're not hitting shots, it's basically like you're down a player on DPS. That's exactly what it comes down to. Because you have to be able to hit those shots. Now, the Widow Mine there is a smart position. Anybody that pops through there, she needs to run. You heard Soldier pop his ult. She needs to hide down a little bit. She unfortunately didn't hear Tracer's footsteps. I don't know how. There's feet are super loud. I could hear them from a mile away. But simply just not hitting her shots. And another thing you have to be able to do as a DPS player is if you are not hitting your shots, if you're not helping the team out, you need to switch. You need to make the switch. Unfortunately, this Widow was saying things like, oh, I'm new to the game. I'm new to the game. I don't know how to play any other characters. That's a lie. We all knew that. Like, Soldier's the easiest character to play in the game. You literally just point and click. But if you're not hitting your shots and your team is telling you like, hey, we need you to switch, we need you to help assist your team, you can't get mad at that. You can't get mad at that. You need to be able to take a look at yourself, your own skills, your own abilities, and what you're contributing to the team, and say, look, you're right. I wish I was doing more. I'm not. It feels bad that they're telling me I should be doing more. However, we need to win the game. Because at the end of the day, if you're playing in comp, your goal is to win the games. Like, that's what you're trying to do, is win. That's all you're trying to do, is win the game. Right now, she's trying to fire at shield. Widow's spray is not an effective use of shield. She should be using it to get into a better position. Finally got a headshot there. The Widow Mine placement is good. Like, that makes sense. Place it indoors, place it in places they need to push out so she can be aware that someone's pushing out and then take a shot. Somehow got that shot on that Tracer, but she's gonna die any second. Luckily, Mercy helped her out.
No one can hide from my sight.
Like game sense awareness and what's going on seems to be pretty solid. She knows who's going where, what they're gonna do, what they're gonna try to do, but the aim. That's why Widow can either carry or destroy teams if people play with Widow. And they're not. If you're not a good Widow player, you are going to destroy your team. You're gonna lose all your team fights because you're gonna be down a DPS the entire game. You need to hit those shots. Period. There's a couple programs you can download to help with your aim. One is Kovacs, Kovaaks, Kovacs, and the other is Aim Labs. Both very good games, very good with helping with your aim. And you literally play those a couple hours a day. Play those a couple hours, not a day, maybe a couple hours a week, and you'll see a dramatic increase in aim and things like that. The only other thing you can really do is play more often. Play Widow more often in quick play.
Now you have my attention.
Play her in firing range. Play her in situations where you're not going to get the whole team upset at you because you're throwing the game. And you may not think you're throwing. People say throwing and they think you're intentionally doing it. No, I mean, if you're just not good as a player, you're not intentionally throwing. You're just not good at the character. And that's fine. But if you know you're not good at the character, don't bring them into comp. Like, what is that? I don't know what that was. You had hook. You could have got out, or you could have threw a mine down to help put some damage on Tracer that might have scared her away. But rapidly spinning in circles is not going to do it. But again, Streamlabs, Kovacs, both very, very good games that you can use to practice your aim and get really good. You'll hear a lot of people say things like hit the Kovacs, you know, things like that to people who have bad aim. That's what they're referring to. They're good games. They're really good games to help with aim, things like that. She's getting a couple picks here, but it's too late. It's end of fight. They're pushing up. They're balling up. I think we win this one and then we lose the next fight, but it's still not enough.
No one can hide from my sight.
But yeah, I mean, you're pushing up here. Your positioning is horrible. You shouldn't be pushing up as far as Widow. Like, even in this position right here, you have a sniper scope, and you're incredibly deadly if you hit headshots. So you could be up here. Good positioning up here, basically waiting for people to push around the corner. You could be up here, waiting for people to push around these corners, and you can get away pretty quickly. The only person that can get up to you really is Monkey, in which case you can just use your rope and get away. Or you can be back here like behind these boxes, behind the RV, behind the power unit, behind the wall, behind the car, anywhere you can hide. Behind this box. I mean, you could be at the flank on this angle here, watching people come down here and taking shots as they come around the corner. So many different positions. Frontline as a Widow that's not hitting her shots is definitely not the place you want to be playing Widow. Just in case you guys didn't know that. As well as you're not just taking away resources from yourself, you're taking away resources from the team, because now we have Brig trying to heal you, we have Moira trying to heal you. Instead of the tanks, instead of the frontline healing and the DPS doing damage, you're taking a lot of damage, and the supports are trying to keep you alive, and you're not contributing kills. It's not a very affordable contribution, if that makes sense. There's better ways to spend our resources. Finally goes for the high ground, makes some smart moves there. And now it's too late. The only thing she can really try to do is clear his flank. Finally gets the soldiers that we picked up. And this is the rope, tries to get out. Tracer's gonna farm you in a second. I mean, your close-up spray doesn't do a ton of damage. At this point, Soldier would be a much better pick for you to play, like, playing shots like that, or doing shots like that. You'd do a lot more damage. Soldier, Reaper, Junkrat, like, literally any other DPS that fires something out of a gun, you would do more damage than Widow with her spray.
Rendezvous avec la mort.
And again, it's end of game, fight time. Like, now would be a good time to roll out with Junkrat or Doomfist or Tracer or someone to get out there quick and help the team. But it just doesn't happen. And that's just about game, I believe. But that's all I got for you guys this time. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, thumbs up, post a comment. Who do you think I should critique next? Do you guys think I should wait for another DPS player, or a really bad support player, a tank player? Should I critique some of my own gameplay? Or if you guys have gameplay, submit it to my Discord. If you have any replays, submit it to my Discord. I can critique it and we can go from there. Until next time, there's no use watching the rest of this. Take it easy, stay cheesy. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.